Hi, welcome to another Spanish 101 tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about how to express destination using the verb ir plus a. Our learning goals for today is that at the end of the video you'll be able to understand and apply the verb ir a to express destinations and describe places where you are going to. First off, I want to start by showing you the conjugations for the verb ir. In this case, it's very important for you to memorize them because the verb ir is very different from regular verbs that they just change in the ending depending on the person who's doing the action. The verb ir, it's an irregular verb, so you basically have to memorize the forms so you can use them and memorize them better. In this case, we have yo voy, tú vas, él, ella, usted va, nosotros vamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes van. Okay? Just make sure you memorize them so you can be successful in this topic. So here are a few things that I want you to remember when talking about destination. Use ir plus a plus the destination. And here's a little note that I want you to remember. Usually a destination is going to be a noun. For example, el doctor, la escuela, el restaurante, etc. So usually when talking about destinations, we're always going to use a noun that it could be anything. It could be a restaurant, it could be you could say that you're going to the doctor, that you're going to school, that you're going to Europe, etc. So this is very different from expressing future, which I've made another video for that. In this case, we're only going to be expressing destinations. This is not talking about future, it's only talking about destinations. One important thing to remember is that when expressing destinations with ir plus a, we're always going to have a contraction. Since we're always going to be using a noun for destination, most of these nouns are going to have an article. In this case, el doctor is going to have el, la escuela, la, el restaurante, el, etc. So when talking about destinations, most of the nouns, most of our destinations are going to have an article before the noun to indicate it, to make it proper. So in this case, I want you to remember this, contraction al, when we have the preposition or the end of ir a, when we have a masculine noun here, we're always going to have an L. So those are going to contract, they're going to combine into one word, which is al. So let's look at this example. Yo voy a la tienda. I'm going to the store. In this case, since tienda is going to be feminine, we're not going to do a contraction because the article we're using, it's different, right? Here we have la. We need el to make the contraction. So we're just going to leave them as two separate words because of that rule. But on the following example, yo voy al supermercado. So here we have a masculine noun. A masculine noun that it's going to combine, right? Before it was al, let's say that we have el supermercado. And here we have ir a. So these two are going to combine. Yo voy al supermercado. Okay. Next example, ellos van al doctor. So here again we have a contraction because the noun or the place we're going to, it's a masculine noun. So we're going to contract a el. Ellos van al doctor. However, ellos van a la escuela, since la escuela is feminine, we don't have an el. We have a la. So these two are not going to combine. Okay? So that contraction only happens when the place that you're going to, it's a masculine noun. Okay? Perfect. So here I have a practice that we're gonna do right now. So I have several sentences here, and you have to fill in the blanks according to the destination that they're going to. So remember, you have to make sure that the destination is masculine or feminine, and based on that, you have to know if you're going to do a contraction or not contraction, okay? So you also have to conjugate according to the person who's doing the action. So those are two things I have to remember. So I'm going to do the first one, okay? Maria y Ana. So the conjugation for that will be van and a. In this case, and maybe a note, when talking about countries, when talking about countries, we don't do La España or El Mexico. Not all of them have articles. Just a few of them have articles, but there's a lesson in chapter 1 where you can go and see what are the countries that specifically have an article before. But in this case, España, we don't need an article for that, so that's why we're just going to leave it like that. Okay? So now it's your turn. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, work on this following sentences, and remember to conjugate it according to the person who's using the action. And the next one, based on the destination, make sure if it's masculine or feminine. And if it's masculine, do the contraction. Now you can pause the video, work on them on your own, and we'll check your work after. You can press play again to resume. Perfect. So now let's check the work. Mis amigos van al, because salón is going to be masculine, so we do contraction here. Mis amigos van al salón de clase. Next one, yo voy a la biblioteca. Biblioteca, because it's feminine, so we add a la. Yo voy a la. So we don't have a contraction there. Next one, mi hermano va al hospital, está enfermo. So here we do a contraction because hospital is going to be masculine. So we do contraction. And last one, Juan y yo vamos a la casa para dormir. Here we don't have a contraction because casa, it's a feminine noun. We just add the feminine article before. If you have questions about articles or identifying nouns or finding out if they're masculine or feminine, just go back to chapter 1. That's where you'll be able to learn more about it, and just keep reviewing that. But this is the basic principles of how to express destinations using the verb ir plus a. I hope it was useful for you. Thank you for watching and have a good day.